Hi and welcome back. This week we're just going to do chicken salad. Honestly, it's hot outside. We did have a little bit of rain yesterday, but enough to make our plants cry out for more. Whatever went through here sprinkled and then went away, and then everything was hot and muggy again. We do have a birthday coming up next week. I'll make some cake, but regular cake, not this gluten-free almond meal stuff. I've got a box cake that I'm going to go ahead and make and modify for Thing One's birthday, and we're going to go see a movie this week. Grandpa and I actually went out on a proper date yesterday. It's been a while. Things have been happening within both of our families to the point to where we finally got a break. Went bowling. Haven't done that in a couple of years. I have a problem with my lower back. I doesn't want to bend anymore. And by the end of the second game, I was actually able to properly lay the ball down in order for me to be able to, get some decent throws without hurting myself. So hopefully I'll be able to get back into that. I just need to work my way up. It is $33 an hour for a lane now. No matter how many people are there, it's $33 for one lane. That is ridiculous. I didn't know. Apparently I've been out of the loop a little bit. That's a lot. I remember when it was $5. $5 a week. That we could afford. But with all this modern stuff, I guess prices go up with everything else. Food, airplane tickets, everything. Let's get started. One way to trim a tree. I've always been confused about why there was ropes on trees until I got a dog that was pit. I'm not confused anymore. I'm only going to do two. I'll put this in the freezer for later. And we'll make soup out of this one. So we have the meat off the bones. Now we're going to go ahead and cut this up into bite-sized pieces. You don't have to get them just perfect, because cutting them against the grain like this actually makes them a little bit shredded, so it'll be easier to chew. Okay, so for the dressing for the chicken salad, we're going to do the boiled dressing, but we're going to modify it. 1/4 cup of vinegar. 3/4 cup of water. Two tablespoons of butter. Pinch of salt. A teaspoon of dried mustard. Unlike the regular boiled dressing, we're not going to add sugar, but we are going to add some thyme, about a teaspoon. Basically any herbs that go with chicken. You can put chicken and seasoning in here if you want. It really depends on your taste. Okay, and 3 egg yolks. And get that in before this starts to get hot, so that way it can emulsify instead of cook. Now we're also going to add some paprika, about a 1/4 teaspoon, some turmeric, again about a 1/4 teaspoon, and some black pepper. You always want to pair turmeric with black pepper because you get the best benefits out of that. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Kind of want to shake that a little bit. There we go. Okay, and to this, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And let it thicken up, and then let it cool. This goes by pretty quickly. It will thicken up over a matter of time, just over the heat. And you're going to want to let this cool completely before you add it to the chicken, because we're going to be adding more stuff to it. We have our chicken, we have our dressing. We're going to add some stuff to the chicken. Now I've had this before with grapes. I liked it, but I didn't like how big the grapes were in my mouth, so it was a little awkward. But we're going to use black blueberries to give it a sweetness. And I'm only going to put in a cup for that many. And then munch on the rest. I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper to this. About a half a red pepper. Not the whole thing. I don't want it to be overwhelmed. But you do want these in small pieces, okay? Because you're going to be eating this raw. Now, if you want, you can also add a little bit of spring onion in here. I've got a few sprigs. And this is a very versatile type of chicken salad as well. You can add this to regular salad. You can eat it as is. Put it over rice. Make a lettuce wrap or you know, burrito wrap. Anything. This is a very versatile type of recipe. See, small pieces. Bowl. I don't recommend putting garlic in here unless you like to eat raw garlic. Put garlic powder in the sauce or garlic in the sauce so that way it cooks first before you put it in here. I've opted not to put garlic in this because it has enough of the mustard in there to be able to, you know, give it a twang taste to it. You can also put in celery, carrots, you know, anything that you wish. I have celery. I'm not gonna cut one up. It's got enough crunch on it in here with the bell peppers for me. But you can add pretty much anything. This is not a typical generic chicken salad recipe. A generic chicken salad recipe would be chicken, sweet relish, and mayonnaise. With maybe a little bit of celery stick to it for a crunch. We're doing something a little bit different. Okay, we're going to mix everything up. Taste to see if it needs anything. Oh, that is perfect. I love whenever I get it right the first time. This would be perfect for picnics, family reunions that never happened this year. You know, birthdays, anything that you would need for a gathering like game night. This would be perfect. But please take into consideration of food allergies for everybody if you're doing this. Oh, tip, if you buy the heads of iceberg lettuce and you chop it all up and don't need it all, put it in a Ziploc bag, just like this. Put in a paper towel to absorb the moisture. It lasts longer in the crisper. Okay. Put this on top of your lettuce. There's your protein, your fruits and veggies. That with a glass of milk. It's a whole meal. That's it for this week. Hopefully next week it'll be a little bit more eventful with the upcoming birthday. I might have permission to film some of that. Don't hold me to that. I'll film the cake, but everything else is with permission. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.